The sound of a bell is a sound that has echoed through millennia, its resonance woven deeply into the fabric of human history and culture. From the simplest handheld bells of antiquity to the towering, intricately designed giants of the modern era, bells have served as potent symbols and practical tools for countless civilizations. Their origins are shrouded in the mists of time, their earliest forms likely simple rattles or clappers made from wood or bone. As humans mastered metalworking, the potential for creating resonant, far-reaching sounds emerged, changing the way communities communicated. Archaeological evidence suggests that the earliest metal bells, rudimentary in form and function, appeared around 3000 BC in China. These early examples, often small and undecorated, provide a glimpse into the nascent stages of bell development. It is likely that these early bells held spiritual significance, their sounds thought to ward off evil spirits or appease deities. The use of bells quickly spread throughout Asia and the Middle East, their forms and purposes diversifying along the way. They became integral to religious ceremonies, their ringing marking sacred times and rituals, their sound a bridge between the earthly and the divine. Beyond the spiritual realm, bells also found practical applications in daily life. Their clear, carrying tones were ideal for communication, signaling everything from the start of a workday to the approach of danger or important events. In ancient China, bells evolved into objects of considerable sophistication and cultural significance, reflecting the intricate artistry and deep cultural values of the time. Large, elaborately decorated bronze bells, known as bianzhong, became central to court music and ceremonial rituals during the Shang and Zhou dynasties. These bells were not merely musical instruments, but also symbols of power and prestige. These bells, often suspended in graduated sets, produced a complex and harmonious range of tones when struck with mallets. The precision required to create such a range of sounds speaks volumes about the advanced metallurgical skills of the Chinese artisans. The bianzhong represent a remarkable achievement in both metallurgy and musical understanding. Their existence testament to the advanced state of Chinese civilization in the first millennium BC. These bells were often used in grand ceremonies, reflecting the sophisticated cultural practices of the time. Across the Mediterranean, bells played a less prominent role in early civilizations like those of Greece and Rome. Unlike in China, where bells were central to cultural and ceremonial life, in the Mediterranean, their use was more limited and less elaborate. While smaller bells were used for domestic purposes or as amulets, larger bells were less common. These smaller bells often served practical purposes, such as signaling the time for meals or warding off evil spirits. The Romans, known for their engineering prowess, did employ bells in some civic contexts, using them to signal the start of gladiatorial games or to announce public proclamations. These uses highlight the Romans' practical approach to incorporating bells into their daily lives. However, it was with the rise of Christianity that bells truly gained a foothold in European culture. The early Christian church, recognizing the power of bells to summon and inspire, adopted them as essential tools for calling the faithful to prayer and marking significant religious events. The early Christian church, recognizing the power of bells to summon and inspire, adopted them as essential tools for calling the faithful to prayer. Bells became a symbol of the church's presence and authority in the community. As Christianity spread throughout Europe, so too did the use of church bells, their sound becoming synonymous with the rhythms of daily life in Christian communities. The ringing of bells marked not only religious services, but also important community events and emergencies. By the Middle Ages, Bells were ubiquitous features of European towns and villages, their ringing marking the hours, signalling important events, and serving as a constant reminder of the presence of the church. The sound of bells became an integral part of daily life, guiding the activities and routines of the people. The association of bells with religious practice is a recurring theme across cultures and continents. From ancient times to the present day, bells have played a significant role in various religious traditions, symbolizing different aspects of spirituality and community. In Hinduism, bells are believed to dispel negative energy and summon benevolent deities. The sound of the bell is thought to create a spiritual vibration that purifies the environment and the mind. Temple bells, often intricately carved and adorned with sacred symbols, are rung by worshippers before entering the inner sanctum, their sound purifying the space and preparing the mind for prayer. This act is not just a ritual, but a deeply spiritual practice that connects the devotee with the divine. Similarly, in Buddhism, bells hold a prominent place in rituals and ceremonies. They are used to mark the beginning and end of meditation sessions, and their sound is believed to help clear the mind and focus the spirit. Large temple bells struck with wooden beams create deep, resonant tones that are said to awaken the spirit and aid in meditation. The sound of these bells is considered a call to mindfulness and a reminder of the impermanence of life. In the Christian tradition, bells became deeply integrated into the liturgical and architectural fabric of the church. They were used to call the faithful to worship, announce important events, and mark the passage of time. The development of bell towers and steeples alongside churches and cathedrals reflected the importance placed on bells as a means of communication and spiritual expression. These structures were often the tallest in the community, symbolizing the connection between heaven and earth. The ringing of church bells not only called the faithful to prayer, but also marked significant moments in the liturgical calendar, such as Easter and Christmas. The sound of the bells added to the solemnity and joy of these celebrations. The size, tone, and inscription of bells became matters of great pride and prestige for churches and communities, with master bell founders achieving a status akin to artists. These craftsmen dedicated their lives to creating bells that would resonate with beauty and clarity. The use of bells in religious settings extended beyond their practical function as signaling devices. They became symbols of faith, hope, and the divine presence. The sound of a bell itself took on symbolic meaning, its resonance associated with the voice of God or the call to prayer. In many traditions, the bell's sound is believed to carry prayers to the heavens. The act of ringing a bell was imbued with spiritual significance, seen as a way to connect with the divine or ward off evil forces. This practice is a testament to the enduring power of sound in human spirituality. Even today, the sound of bells ringing from churches, temples, and shrines around the world continues to evoke a sense of awe, reverence, and connection to something beyond the material realm. This timeless tradition unites people across different cultures and beliefs, reminding us of our shared humanity and spiritual heritage. The creation of a bell is a complex and demanding process, requiring a high level of skill and artistry. Each step in the process is crucial, and the precision and dedication of the craftsman are evident in every detail. For much of history, bell founding was a specialized craft, passed down through generations of families. These families often guarded their techniques and secrets closely, ensuring that the knowledge and skills remained within their lineage. The primary material used in bell making is bronze, an alloy of copper and tin. This combination of metals has been favored for centuries due to its durability and the rich, resonant sound it produces. The proportions of these metals, along with the addition of other trace elements, can subtly alter the tone and resonance of the finished bell. The exact recipe for the alloy can vary, with each foundry having its own unique blend to achieve the desired acoustic properties. The process begins with the creation of a mold, typically made from clay, sand and other materials. This mold serves as the negative space into which the molten bronze will be poured. The mold is carefully shaped to the desired form of the bell, with intricate details and inscriptions often incorporated into the design. These details are not just decorative, they can also affect the bell's sound and are a testament to the artisan's skill. Molten bronze, heated to high temperatures in a furnace, is then carefully poured into the mold. This step requires precision and control to ensure that the metal flows evenly and fills every part of the mold. The cooling process can take days or even weeks, depending on the size of the bell. During this time, the metal solidifies and takes on its final shape, with the cooling rate affecting the bell's structural integrity and sound quality. Once cooled, the mold is broken open, revealing the raw cast bell. This moment is filled with anticipation as the craftsman sees the result of their labor for the first time. The newly cast bell undergoes a meticulous finishing process. This involves several stages of refinement to ensure that the bell not only looks beautiful, but also sounds perfect. It is filed, ground and polished to remove any imperfections and create a smooth, resonant surface. Each stroke of the file and each pass of the polisher is done with care, as even minor flaws can affect the bell's sound. The bell's tone is then carefully tuned by shaving away small amounts of metal from the inside surface. This tuning process is both an art and a science, requiring a deep understanding of acoustics and a finely tuned ear. This delicate process, requiring a keen ear and years of experience, ensures that the bell produces the desired pitch and clarity of sound. The craftsman listens intently, making minute adjustments until the bell rings with perfect harmony. Finally, the bell is fitted with its clapper, a metal pendulum that strikes the inside surface to produce the ringing sound. The clapper must be precisely balanced to ensure a clear and consistent tone. With the clapper in place, the bell is ready to fulfill its sonic destiny, its voice carrying across the centuries. Each ring of the bell is a testament to the craftsmanship and dedication that went into its creation, echoing through time and history.